G'day everyone, Raid0AU and welcome back to another episode of Empyrion Galactic Survival Alpha 2. This is episode 11. I'm slowly getting ourselves settled here. So just off camera, main thing I've done off camera is I've done, I did a lot of mining just to increase our resources. So we've got a decent number of resources to be getting on with. Plenty of magnesium powder. Almost mined an entire magnesium deposit out. Also just tidied up this bit here. Just this entrance part, and moved the hover vessel in. Added a door over this side. I will do the same on this side as well. Just don't want to be going in and out of the hangar doors all the time. They automatically open when you move out with the hover vessel. Also increased our defences a little bit. So got some extra turrets here. I am thinking of changing these two turrets to artillery turrets, just so we can soften up some drones as they start to come in. So that's basically where we are at the moment. Not looking too bad so far, we're getting there. And I'm figuring that basically we'll have turrets up along the side of the mountain here as we build up, and probably from here we'll start to move up with, we'll make a staircase or something up the side for easy, so we can move up there. But today I'm thinking I've mined out a little bit more in here, and I've got plenty of concrete blocks, I've got plenty of steel blocks. So I just want to expand this out a bit. I did make a bit of a mistake on the other side there, because I put some steel blocks where they should have been concrete blocks, but we'll sort that out. Because what I'm wanting to do is extend this back in here, and then we're going to start to move down to start off with, and underneath this will be the construction room, and then leading off of that to the sides we'll have a generator room, farming room, things like that. Going up, basically what we're going to have is a habitation area, and then further up from that we will have a hangar for the small vessel. So that's the idea anyway. At the moment, that could all change. Alright. And all this stuff here basically can just stay here for the moment. So I think what we need to do is we need to continue mining some of this out. There's going to be quite a bit of digging out and quite a bit of building over the next few episodes. Just so we can get ourselves settled in. And actually while we're doing that, what I can do is, I probably haven't unlocked them, so if we go into our skill tree, into our tech tree, and flak turret, go, we'll unlock the flak turret. What does it use? Flak shells, of course it does. Of course it uses flak shells. Alright. So now we should be able to come in here, and we want 2 flak turrets and flak shells. That means that make 10, so that's 100, 200, 300. 500 flak shells. Let's see how we go with that. Alright. back to work. So the main thing initially is I want to be getting this back far enough into the mountain. And why am I using the drill, you may ask? Because I need the rock for concrete. Everything inside, I think I've mentioned before, is going to be made from concrete. And only the bits that are attackable from the outside are going to be made from steel. So, and I may even upgrade those at some point to the hardened steel. But at the moment, we're going to need all the rock we can get. I have got lots of concrete blocks at the moment, so we're pretty good. Concrete blocks are pretty easy and don't need all that many resources. So we're just going to save the rest of our resources for vessels and crafting other stuff. Alright, let's put a few more blocks down. Level 18 reached. Okay. Alright, let's get rid of some of this. So the idea with this is basically this will head back and then it'll expand out into a bigger room. So eventually we'll be going a bit sideways and things like that. Not huge. Like, it's not going to be absolutely massive, but yeah, this is just like the entrance tunnel, I suppose, that we're building at the moment. Now this is the side that I screwed up on. So what we'll do is we'll just mine that back a bit. Get it away from the wall. Okay. Now you see here, basically I put down steel blocks, and that needed, at this point, that needed to be concrete. That's concrete, so good. That's better. Yep, much better. This side, once again, we just want to bring this back a bit to mine faster. Basically just hold down both mouse buttons. It does use up a bit more, like you use up your charges a bit faster, but it definitely mines out. So effectively, if you're wanting to mine fast, like digging a hole, hold down both and you'll see how quickly that is. Just your normal mining is just the left mouse button. Not that much slower. And if you want to do some fine adjustment, the right mouse button allows you to do that. So this just needs to come back far enough that the walls show through. We don't need it all the way back, but we want these walls to to be able to come back. And once again, these can start to now be, because they're inside, they can start to now be made from concrete. How's that look? That's probably far enough for the tunnel, I think. Should be nicely inside the mountain at this point. We're just putting in the walls that we can put in at the moment, just to extend that out. And this side's actually a bit... How far did we go? Remove that one. Okay. Yep. Alright, so that's even. Turn on our jetpack so we can at least get up here. Go there. Go there. Alright, so that's probably as far as we're going to take the tunnel. Thinking. And then from here we'll start to expand out a little bit. So what do we got? We've got 15 charges left. I do have another 10 charges in the constructor. They stack in 25s, so did use a lot while I was mining out there. Now it's when you've got this colour stuff that you need to be a little bit careful, because this is that's the surface material, so it could be possible that we'll end up breaking through. Oop. Need to be careful with some of your machinery as well. Mine out top here. So just using a combination of both mouse buttons, the left and the right at times, like alternating depending on what we're mining out and how careful we're wanting to be. So we want that. Just want to be able to see. Bottom line is we don't need to see the whole block. We just need to see the inside of it for the effect. That's why I'm just being a little bit careful here, because I don't don't necessarily want to break through. You see there, I can see the block above it. But as we're coming in here, we're starting to hit stone, so that's good. Alright, so what we actually need to do is, what's that up there? That is steel. So we need to actually you'll see I've got a steel layer above it, so under here, just for uniformity, this now needs to be concrete. Okay. Just so it matches up. So you see there how the blocks are basically partly dug into the thing, but all we need to be able to see is just that face of it. So, and we want to do this all the way along. And so the easiest... Oh, just need to be a little bit careful with some of these machines that we've got here. It's very easy to damage them. But unfortunately, if we're not careful, we'll end up destroying them. So, alright. So we should be able to get a block in there. So can't quite get a block in there, so we need to just being a bit careful. As you can see, it's a bit time consuming and a bit tedious, but it'll be worth it in the end. Able to get a block in there. Well, actually, I don't really need a block in there, do I? I don't need one in the corner. So that only needs to go over like that. That, and then we can just knock out some of these spots. To expose the edges. So. Too far away, I think. Almost. There we go. That's gone. Okay, we're going here. Ooh. Alright, so I've got a couple of flak turrets. We'll grab some flak shells. Flak shells can go in here. And head out here and swap those over, I think. Now the attacks I've noticed tend to be coming from this direction. That must be where the drone base is, in that direction. So let's have a look. In structures and these. So the drone base must be around here. There it is. Yeah, so they come from that direction. They got a fair distance to come. What we then want to do is we want to just take these off, remembering that you do get all your items back. Okay. So you don't really lose anything by doing this. Okay. Look at the putting the flak turrets down. And which way is he facing? That's the one there, and we want it to face that way. And we'll face that one that way as well. Okay, so they should be able to soften up any attacks. The only thing is line of sight. I think there might be a bit of a line of sight issue here, but we'll see how we go. Of course, every time you put a turret down, just do your auto grouping, just so it groups all your turrets together. And then we want to make sure that it's only attacking aliens. We're not on a PvP server or anything like that, so we don't need it to be worrying about other factions. And we don't want it to be attacking animals and wasting ammunition. What we can also do, and what I like to do, is each individual one, we can go to access just here and go into it, because at the moment it won't have any ammo, and we'll just load that up. Then you just press F to get back out of that. And then we'll go to the second one. Load that up. We have to get out of there. So that should give us... Because the thing I was noticing was they were getting quite close to the base. So that should give us a bit of longer range as soon as they come over the ridge. The only question will be whether that ridge is too close for the flak. Not going to know that until it happens. If that's the case, then might be needing to look at other options, and maybe down here have rocket turrets, something like that. And then the further up we go, certainly we can have some flak turrets at the top, towards the top of the mountain here, because they should be able to see over the top of that ridge. So at that point, if we have some turrets up there, some flak turrets up there, we should be able to knock them out before they even get over the ridge. So that's the thoughts anyway. So at the moment I've still got my survival constructor and the emergency O2 here. That's full, so it's not crafting anything at the moment. I'm just leaving that as it is at the moment. Once we get set up properly, we'll be able to remove those. So, bit of progress made, and sort of that's the plans for the place. Oh, run out of oxygen. Alright, just settle down. It's funny, we were just talking about the oxygen, and there we go. I could use the oxygen station on here. It just means you've got to go in and power it up each time, so I'm not worrying about that too much at the moment. Not worrying too much about putting down an oxygen station in the base at this stage, only because I can deal with it just using these bottles if I need to at the moment. Eventually, yes, we will have an oxygen station obviously in the base. So got our oxygen generator down there generating oxygen bottles as well down in the water. So now the other thing you can do is you can use these obviously straight from your inventory. You don't need to put them on your hotbar. I know people keep mentioning that in the comments. It's just something that, to be honest, I forget about it, because I played Empyrion for so long without that functionality that I'm so used to not doing that. But I'm getting better at it. So we'll just eat some food. And textured plant protein, we will use one of those just to gain our health back. We probably should go out and grab some more of that to store in here for healing. Alright, so here's the timer. So there we go. I might call the video here, guys. It was just really wanted to show what we'd got to and what the plans were. Off camera I'll dig a bit more of this out, finish off the tunnel, and maybe start digging out a bit around the sides so we can extend that out a bit in the next episode. And yeah, get this base up and running properly. So, but we're getting there. Other thing we might just quickly do is probably need some lights, I think. Like 10 lights. There we go. So, I hope you've enjoyed what you've watched. If you have, please leave a like and subscribe. Look forward to seeing you all next time. I'm Ray0AU, signing out.